Morning. We got a lot going on already today, which I'm surprised by. So, house progress. We are making some. The concrete guys have already been here and left this morning. They did not set forms and pour walls, but they did mark everything out and lay some rebar in the hole. And I think they're coming tomorrow. At least that's what it looks like. You can also tell I've got another truck down there bringing me some materials, joists for the house. So we got to get those unloaded, and that's a mess. I'll show you that in a minute. Brock's here. He's in the shop. He's getting our gator set up with the wheel spacers so we can drive down 30-inch rows. We've got some rocks to pick up here this morning, so we're going to go do that in a little bit. We've also got that load cell for the seed tender, so he's going to start working on that. And I've got another guy here that needs some beans for a food plot for his deer. And so he's loading up some beans. But I need to get the loader tractor with the forks to help this guy get unloaded. Okay, so I need these joists off of this truck. And we got to get that steel roofing and the stuff off top out of the way so that we can lift the joists off. How do the people that are building houses and don't have this kind of equipment do this? I'm just curious. Them are long, and they're not wrapped like they told me they were going to be. I kind of want to put them inside, but I don't know how I'll get them in the door. This particular bundle is heavy, very heavy. All right, well, we got our stuff unloaded over there. We might have to try and cover them or maybe move them around later or something. I don't know, but I got stuff to do right now. I even sold 10 bags of beans that are in the back of that truck. And believe it or not, my truck driver, the truck driver that brought the joist, he bought 3 bags of corn while he was here. So I guess I did all right this morning. Anyway, Brock and I are going to pick up some rocks. He doesn't know that yet, but that's where we're going. Good job, He-Man.
Somebody's got to do work around here.
Yep. I'll just film. All right, there's a few of those around here, so we're gonna drive around and get them. I know there's one over there. We've got a relatively heavy load here. So we got this little waterway slash ditch deal that's formed on the side of the field. Well, Dad put it there and it's eroding and getting worse, so we're gonna fill it in. I asked him to film this, but he said he's not good enough to film it. I said I don't think he's good enough to back it. All right, don't. There you go. That'll slow the water down. Put her down. Well, we picked up a couple more really big ones, and I think we've gotten most of them. So we're just loading it up again with some smaller ones. I had Brock put those spacers on this morning because without them, the gator does not fit down 30-inch rows. With them, it does. Now, there's a row right here. I'm close to running it over, but that one's way over. So I can follow the rows with them spacers in and not run over the corn. Now, I do turn and drive across the rows a little bit, but we try and stay off it as much as possible. So from now until the corn gets too big to drive through, we'll leave those spacers on the gator to give us a little bit wider stance and make it easier to do this. I suppose I'm gonna go pick up that pile he made. Well, it doesn't take long to fill up a gator if you find the right spot. Okay, we got another pile. Time to go back to the farm. I've had enough picking rocks for the day. 2 loads is enough. Brock's making fun of me because one day I think I made him pick up rocks for like 3 hours.
3 hours? It was all day long. I picked up 5 loads by myself.
We got other stuff to do. We're busy today. That was just priority because it's going to rain tomorrow and it's going to get muddy again. And it's not dry now, but we can get the gator across it okay. So Dad and Brock and I had to come look at some equipment, and well, I think this is coming home with us. I mean, we kind of been looking for backhoes, right? About like air seeders, and well, the conversation got a little more serious last week, so we started looking around and found this one. And so this is a Deere 310K 2012, I think it is. It's got roughly 3,000 hours on it, and it's a big upgrade from what we got. So Brock gets to clean up a 580 Super L, and if anybody's interested, hit me up.
Easy to take the bucket off one winter.
Are we happy?
I don't think it's that different. I mean, I know it's got plenty of hours. Like Nathan said, it's been 4 years since we got 1,000 hours.
All right, well, we made it back, and yeah, we got a new backhoe, so that'll show up hopefully in another week or so. I don't know, they needed to run it through their shop, service it, do the 1,000-hour service that was due, and put a couple parts and pieces on, and we'll get it back. So Brock's working on that seed tender for me for a minute. I noticed that there's more activity down at the house, so I'm gonna go see what's going on down there. Looks like we got concrete forms today. I would say progress. Okay, so here's the deal with this seed tender. So here's our bad load cell, and I kind of destroyed the plug on here trying to see if there was a wiring issue, but it had a weather pack connector, right, where did it go, Brock? Oh, right here. That all the load cells plug into is this one, but our new one came with the plug that goes directly into the scale head or into the junction box, maybe, with plenty of cable to get there. So rather than cutting this and risk wiring issues and getting our plug correct, we're just going to run that up to the front. Brock is taking apart the junction box right now, and we're going to look in there and see what that looks like. But he got the new load cell put in the bracket and the holder there, so that everything is good there. Like I said, here's the old one, which really isn't that old. I replaced this like 2 years ago. Never really worked right, so well, is what it is. Okay, well, it seems to work. I'm not sure how accurate it is at the moment or why it changes like that. That's concerning, but it's not giving me an error message, so at least that's a start. We're wrapping up the extra cable. We did end up plugging. Oh, it's not plugged in. That's why. Anyway, it does work. We just need this plugged into there. Yeah. Anyway, so Brock's getting all that coiled up. We decided not to go into the junction box because, well, one, we couldn't get it apart, and two, I don't think that connector is actually in there. I think they probably stripped the wires and had some other kind of connectors in there, and I don't really want to cut that if I don't have to, so we'll run it, see if it works, see if it's relatively accurate, and hopefully we're good. So Dad is getting the sprayer ready to spray the fungicide on the wheat. So yesterday he did nitrogen, second shot of nitrogen. Now we're switching nozzles. He changed out, took the stream nozzles off, putting fungicide twin jet nozzles on. It's time to do that. So here's our for sale backhoe. If anybody's interested, it's a 580 Super L, 4-wheel drive, extend a hoe. It's a nice backhoe. We cleaned up those 2 pivot cylinders this spring here, or late winter, and put new seals in, and it does not appear to be leaking at all like it was. Not saying there's not other spots that are. You know, this cylinder is clearly some, but that's relatively minor. This one has been replaced, so it's in decent shape. We've used it, but it's a good backhoe. This backhoe does have the 2-stick backhoe controls on it, but when we bought it, it came with the 4-stick case style. We have that conversion kit in the barn. We just wasn't what we were used to and couldn't figure it out, so we bought the kit to convert it over to the deer style, I guess you would call it. So can go either way on that. Well, these guys, I don't know what time they got here this afternoon because we were gone, but they set a lot of forms in a hurry, it looks like to me. Didn't quite get them all set. Got a little bit around this back side here to do yet, and then the porch and the garage wall forms. The short ones are not set yet, but if I had to guess, I would guess there'll be concrete trucks here before I get here in the morning. Just knowing how this stuff works. So I was thinking about getting my sump pump and pumping this pit out, trying to get some of this water out of here before they pour. I think that would be a good idea. Well, I went and got our generator and a sump pump. I'm going to get that hole pumped out. That might take a minute. So the other thing, they told me these I-joists were going to come wrapped. They're not, and I'm not thrilled about leaving super expensive lumber and OSB sitting outside when it's going to rain tomorrow. So I think I am going to go over to my buddy's and see if he see if he's got some tarps I can at least throw over him for now. I would put them in my barn, but they're really long and they're gonna be pretty hard to get in there. I can do it, but they would kind of be in the way. Although I might end up doing that. I don't know, we'll see. Definitely gonna take a minute. All right, you can see they also put these tubes in here. These are for all the holes that we gotta have in the wall. That one is for septic. This one, I believe, is sump pump going out to the drain. There's a couple more there for water lines in, water line out, all of that kind of stuff. So, good deal. We got a box over there for our window. There's a couple more of those. So it's all what it needs to be and where it's supposed to be. All right, well, I found some plastic that we can wrap them joists in. My buddy here, he bales a lot of straw, and he had some tarps that he had over some straw piles that he's taken down and had them sitting there. So I said, hey, can I have a piece of that? All right, so I decided I had to move these joists around a little bit more. I am stacking them up and just trying to condense them so I can get them covered well. Wow, that pump has been running for probably an hour to an hour and a half, and it's down about 3 inches. Now, the tile's feeding it, so once it gets down past that, then it's gonna go really fast, but there's still water in all of those holes, and we got a bunch out here. It's not a very fast pump. I just surprised by how much water was in there. And I don't know what to do about it, because I can't just leave it. I gotta get it out of here before I leave tonight, because they're gonna be here at God knows what time in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning probably, or 7. So I want it out of their way, but thought I'd try and get some water out of here. I did get these joists mostly covered. There's a little bit sticking out on the end down there, but I need some rocks or some block or something to weigh it down so it doesn't blow off. So I'm gonna take the tractor back to the farm, go get something, and we'll do that. And I need to go home, it's getting late. Okay, I grabbed a few rocks and I put them on there. I think I'm gonna let this pump run for a couple hours here tonight. I'm gonna go home for a while. I'll come back after the boys are in bed and shut it down and pull it out of the hole, because it's gonna run that long. Just looking at how much water is left in some of these pockets and holes in there, it's just gonna take a little while, but it is drying up. That one over there is empty, so it's getting there slowly. That's good. I'm glad I'm getting it out of there. Anyway, thanks for watching today. That's an exciting day. We got to buy a new backhoe. New equipment days are always exciting, especially when it actually shows up so we can use it. So, yeah, we've been fairly fortunate here over the last couple months, or since harvest, that we've been able to buy and upgrade a little bit of equipment. And I know this might sound wrong, I guess, but for the most part, what we've done has been fairly minor upgrades or minor purchases. And I know spending, you know, the anhydrous bar was $60,000, and you do that a few times, it all adds up. But it's not a combine that's a $500,000 purchase. So in the grand scheme of things, we've spent some money, but we've upgraded some relatively smaller, less frequently updated items, like the drills to the air seeder, the backhoe, that conveyor, auger conveyor, and that anhydrous bar, things that we do once every 10, 20, 30 years. We're getting a few of them knocked out here, which is nice, but we haven't made any major $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 purchases. So who knows? The run up in the grain markets has been really nice. It was quite a surprise with the old crop corn that it let us make a little bit more money. You know, if we had say 50,000 bushels unpriced corn in the bin, and the price is even $1.50 higher than what we thought we were going to get for it, well, that's $75,000 right there that allows us to spend a little bit and upgrade some equipment and do some things that we've been wanting to do for a long time but haven't really been able to. So anyway, questions and comments, leave them down below. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. I'm 100% certain they are going to be pouring a basement wall tomorrow, so that will be exciting to be able to see a little bit of progress there. And we're going to get a sprayer put in the back of our gator tomorrow. Brock's going to start power washing and cleaning up our old backhoe. We're going to get that ready to sell. So we got lots going on all of a sudden. And it's starting to dry off. I don't think we're going to be in the fields tomorrow. Hopefully it's not raining too much. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we'll see what we get out of it. But Anyway, have a good night, everybody.